Airport day usually steals more energy than people realise. Not the flight, it's the getting there. But in Kuala Lumpur, something strange happens. Airport day barely costs you anything, and most people don't even realise it. This whole video is really about how much of your life Kuala Lumpur quietly gives you back, just by not making simple things hard. And the reason, it starts right here. This is KL Sentral. It was built in 2001 on what used to be an old railway yard. Before this, Kuala Lumpur's main railway station was somewhere else in the city. The goal wasn't to build something bigger, it was to redesign how the city actually moves. They didn't just add platforms, they added an intermodal spine, intercity trains and the railway line, all funneling into one major centre. It's one of the largest railway stations in the whole of Southeast Asia. But its size isn't the interesting point. The interesting part is the intention. When you design a city around connection and connectivity from the start, you remove friction at scale. A lot of cities separate these type of things. Kuala Lumpur stacks them together. And right next to it is NU Sentral. This shopping mall opened up in 2014. This land used to be little more than a parking lot and a shortcut. But instead of separating retail and transport, they fused them together. It's been positioned as Malaysia's first ever transumer shopping mall, which basically means the commuter is the customer. You don't need to leave the transportation system to access the shopping mall. The mall is the transport system. You grab a coffee, maybe you pick something up and perhaps even get some currency exchanged. It doesn't feel like logistics, it feels like any given Tuesday. And that is the real upgrade, to have such a range of consumerism facilities here within the transportation network that's within the centre of the city is definitely something that's an upgrade and something that supports the lifestyle of the people that reside here. One of the things that I've noticed by just being outside here of NU Sentral for a few minutes is how the city moves. You've got people heading to the airport with their suitcases, commuters heading to work in the morning, students kind of transiting between train lines, and friends meeting up for coffee catch-up. And it's pretty much constant. You think from looking outside that this is just a regular shopping mall, but actually there's a much deeper layer than that, because KL Sentral is more than just a station. It's the epicenter and the heart of the whole transportation network in the city of Kuala Lumpur. From here you've got MRT lines, the LRT network, KTM trains running across the whole of Klang Valley, and also the monorail. So a huge part of the city ends up connecting back to this one place. And that, my friend, it wasn't by accident. This was deliberately designed to be the centre of the whole transportation network in the city. Instead of scattering it around the city, they ended up bringing it all together in one place. And when a city starts to get that type of thing right, it makes moving around the city surprisingly easy and convenient. And when you start to spend a little bit of time in places like this, you start to notice something. Life here becomes a little bit smoother. Not in a dramatic way, but in a small kind of like daily transactions way. You can think getting somewhere, picking people up, meeting someone for a coffee. And when a city gets those small moments right, you actually feel it. Less background noise, less decision making and less friction. But of course, there's usually one moment where systems like this will get tested. And that day is today, my friends, airport day. Because in a lot of cities, this is where something like this can suddenly get complicated. So the real question is, what actually happens when you try and get the airport railway link from here to KLIA Airport? Okay, so I'm just going to do a little point of view video here. So you can buy your ticket right here for the KLIA KLIA Ekspres ticket right here at KL Sentral. You can either buy it at these ticket counters like this here, they're well set up, or you can buy it online in advance through the official website or the app. Sometimes there's even a small discount, and if you've got a touch and go card with enough balance, you can sometimes just tap in and go. So a little bit of an insider's tip there. So I'll show you here. I'm going to press buy ticket, and then here's the information. So the first part is select your ticket type. So KL Sentral, I'm going to be going to KLIA Terminal 1, and then proceed. And then from here you can see the information. So for the payment, from which station to which station, standard single trip, valid from until when, so it's valid for just over a month. And the total fare for today anyway is 55 ringgit, so it's just to give you a heads up as to what you can expect if you buy the ticket here at the KLIA ticket stand. So there you go, it's pretty straightforward. You know, whether you are planning to just come here and purchase a ticket randomly, or if you're looking to plan in advance, you can use the online version. But it's all super smooth and easy to navigate. Okay, so just finished purchasing my ticket for the KLIA Ekspres. It was a super smooth service, and yeah, all good to go. The train line is just behind me, so where you purchase your ticket from, just opposite there is the entrance to the Express train service. And there was a member of staff there on hand as well at the ticket line, and he was extremely helpful in terms of helping customers to navigate the booking system and to purchase their tickets. So kudos to the team here for providing such a great service, and it's something that I found really impressive. So far there's been no friction, no wrong ticket, simple options, not confusing ones, and no looking around thinking, is this the right ticket place to go? Is this the right platform to be at? Here, it's all pretty straightforward, and that's exactly how it should be. So now I'm going to make my way to the ticket barrier, make my way through, board the train, and get myself to the airport. And once you're in and on board, something subtle happens. You stop thinking about the airport. This line is part of the Express Rail Link system, built specifically to connect the city centre directly to KLIA Airport. It runs non-stop. No intermediate stops, just KL Sentral to the terminals. And that design choice matters, because when you remove stops, you remove uncertainty. Even the layout assumes you're travelling. Dedicated luggage spaces, wide seating. The real benefit here isn't convenience, it's preserved energy. No calculating the traffic times, no background stress. When something becomes invisible in your routine, it means the system is working.
The next station is Kuala Lumpur International Airport.
Now this is where some people will disagree. They'll say, just grab a car. And yes, you can, but then you reintroduce variables, traffic, surge pricing, little question marks. The whole point here is zero thinking. And that's where this gets interesting. Not on your first trip, but your 5th, your 10th, your 20th. KLIA Airport handles millions of passengers every year. It's a serious international hub, so having a direct, non-stop link into the city centre, that's not a small detail. Most cities build airports, fewer design a clean system around them. And that's the difference between visiting somewhere and living there. You want your energy back, and Kuala Lumpur quietly protects it. So my friends, 28 minutes later and you're here. No friction, no unpredictability, and no stress. In my opinion, the Express service is actually a very solid option. Today, my total cost for this service was 86 ringgit. I'll just put the conversions here. That's 31 ringgit for the taxi from my apartment to KL Sentral, and then 55 ringgit for the express train ticket. And depending on the traffic and time of day, taking a taxi to the airport directly from my apartment, and also going through the service today of taking a taxi from my apartment to KL Sentral and then KL Sentral to here, the prices work out roughly around about the same. So for me though, this isn't really about saving money, it's about removing those unpredictable variables and having that fixed time of 28 minutes from KL Sentral to the KLIA Airport. So my verdict here is Kuala Lumpur doesn't just look efficient on paper, it protects your time, it makes things feel fluid and predictable. And for me, from my previous experience, that can compound over time. And if you're seriously weighing Kuala Lumpur as a place to base yourself in the region, then these are the kind of small details that I'd pay attention to. And that, my friend, is the part that nobody really talks about.